What's going on, guys? It is Wyatt and it is another day out here in the shop. Today I'm pretty excited because we are finally going to be getting the tow rig project fired up for the first time in almost 3 years. So let's go ahead, roll the intro and jump right into getting this thing completed so that we can get this thing turned over and hopefully we don't run into any issues. Y'all want some fucking cheeseburgers?
Redneck. Hi.
So if you guys did see the last video, we were really close to getting this 2012 LML Duramax back up and running. We only have a small pile of parts left to put back on this thing. You can actually see that the parts that are left are sitting right here on this table. We have some intercooler piping, intake stuff, and just a little bit of wiring. And then I'm turning the screen on the camera. Plugging in a couple more sensors and really just topping it off with fluids and seeing if it will turn over. So we are getting really close. I picked up some new batteries for it also. I got these interstate batteries, these EcoPower things. I got them for really cheap because they are technically a blemish battery. So we've got those lined out. That was a big setback last weekend, is I didn't have any batteries here at the shop to start this thing with. Other than that, we are getting really close. So we're gonna start a real quick time lapse, getting everything finalized on this thing, and then hopefully we can get it started, maybe take it outside, finish washing it, then we gotta detail the interior of it, and hopefully all of that will be in this video. So let's go ahead, jump right into things, and get this damn thing started. Well guys, it appears it is that freaking time. We are just about ready to start this truck here. Honestly, I'm kind of nervous on huge projects like this. I'm sure anyone that wrenches for a living can relate. You always kind of second guess yourself or think about things you missed, or it just makes you nervous. So that's my current state of mind, but we are really close to getting this thing running. Actually, all we have to do now is go turn the key. But before we do that, give you guys a quick show of what we have done so far. So got a new filter for the intake, got that guy all installed, got our new batteries in there, all of the cables hooked up to those. Also just zip tied up some wires and stuff that were kind of in the way or dangling in the way of other objects. So we got those all zip tied up. We've got fresh oil in it, almost 3 gallons, because a fresh engine build will take just about that much. It's usually 10 quarts for just a normal oil change, but blah, blah, blah. We've got coolant in it. I still need to top that off another gallon or 2. We actually did have a slight oil leak that, thanks to our Astro Tools kit right here, I was able to find. It is the Astro Tools 78585. If you guys have never used one of these, it freaking works wonders. I use it mostly for cooling system diagnosis stuff. Like today I used this gadget here, which will actually pull vacuum on the cooling system, and I was watching the pressure actually drop off. So I used that to help find a leak on the water pump and got that fixed. Another cool thing about this guy here is it'll actually vacuum fill the entire system. So you can pull a huge vacuum on the cooling system on the vehicle, stick a hose in a bucket of coolant and open this thing up, and it will completely fill the entire system completely full with no bleeding necessary. So huge shout out to those guys. They actually sent me this kit a while back with all the other tools that they hooked me up with, and I use this thing a ton. So awesome kit. If you guys are looking for something like that, I definitely recommend the Astro Tools kit. And the very last thing before we actually crank this thing up and see if it will run is we need to install the new tune. So because we did a CP3 conversion on this and I did not use one of those fancy new kits that does not require tuning, I do have to put an updated tune in it just to make sure that it knows how to control the new pump and it'll build real pressure and all that stuff. So I guess all that is left to do is go ahead and crank this damn thing up. So I'm gonna set up the GoPro, hopefully get another angle of it in case something decides to come apart in great fashion. And I'll take you guys in the cab while we do this. So first and foremost, the thing I'm gonna be looking for is oil pressure. Once I see the oil pressure come up and it stabilizes, I'll go out under the hood and make sure we have no leaks anywhere. So without further ado, I guess we ought to just go ahead and freaking do it.
A few moments later.
Oh, baby. There she is, making good oil pressure. As you can see. All right, come up to idle real nice. Well guys, I'm not entirely sure where we left off in the last clip in regards to the tow rig here. I'm pretty sure we just got it fired up and then I went home for the weekend. Well, long story short, I have been driving the truck for about a week now and I've got 450 miles on the truck. And everything was going great until about 2 days ago when it got really cold here in Colorado. It was about 35 degrees and I went out to start the truck and noticed it was smoking quite a bit. I've noticed it haze pretty bad when it's cold ever since we got it back together. But with that colder weather, it was even worse. And when I went to go drive it, I actually went to pick up a trailer and I noticed that it started to fuel knock pretty hard right around 1500 RPM. So that is a big inconvenience to us. Unfortunately, the truck is gonna need a set of injectors and I just went ahead and bit the bullet and bought a new set to put in it, as I don't want to burn a hole in a piston or run into issues with reliability down the road. I should have just bought them when we were going together with the engine, as it would have saved me a bunch of time, but I was hoping since the entire fuel system was kind of sealed up while the engine sat, it would have been fine. Turns out it wasn't. So this is like the third truck that has bit my ass with not putting injectors in it. I should have just known to buy them in the first place. So that is a major problem that we are having right now. We also have a coolant leak that we need to address. There was the one on the water pump when we first got the truck back together because I forgot to tighten the bolts. Now we have one on the back of the heater core line, not the back of the heater core line, but the lines that go to the heater core. I've got a little bit of a leak on that guy. So we're gonna be doing some modification there to fix that little coolant leak and also install a set of injectors in this thing. So real quick, big shout out to Lincoln Diesel Specialties. Reached out to them guys and I'm trying to open the box, sorry. You can see here in this box, we've got a brand new set of genuine, brand new OEM injectors for this LML. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into a little time lapse and get these injectors thrown in here and then start getting that coolant line fixed so that the truck will be up to par and we're able to go drive the damn thing. All right guys, so we're sitting out front of my house here, a little bit different kind of a video, filming this on my phone because I didn't bring a camera home, but we did get the injectors installed in the truck. The GoPros died a couple of times while trying to film that, so didn't get a whole lot of footage of actually putting those back in, but they are in and the truck seems to be running a lot better. So we're getting ready to do a cold start just to verify that it doesn't have some of the same issues that it did before the injector install. So let's go ahead and see if we're around and fire this thing up and see how she sounds. So cycle the glow plugs, you can see it's 39 degrees. It was down to like freaking 12 degrees overnight. So yeah. Oh, baby, fired right up. We do have a little bit of a haze out the exhaust, but I would expect that on such a cold morning. So yeah, seems to be doing pretty good. I'm gonna film a little bit more on the drive over to the shop and verify that they're all good to go. and hopefully we don't have any more issues with this damn thing, and we avoided melting a piston by replacing those. So let's go ahead and head over to the shop. Well guys, so far so good. I did get a low coolant light that came on the dash, but that is no big deal. I had the cooling system completely drained to fix a little leak, but so far it's running really good and not making any more fuel knock sounds. So yeah, hopefully she is all fixed. We're just about to pull into the shop, and I guess we will touch base on it a little bit more once I roll in there. So yeah. Well guys, I forgot to film an outro for this video, but I wanted to let you know that the truck is running great. It looks like those new injectors did solve our issues with that injector knock. I wish I would have got it on video, because man, it was so bad that it sounded like a rod knock when that thing started to ping. Maybe not so much of a rod knock, but it was as loud as that. Like, it sounded like somebody was just hammering on the piston with a freaking ball peen hammer. So glad we got those taken care of. Like I said, it did appear to fix it. So I'm gonna go home for the night. It is getting pretty cold. The truck's out there idling, and like I said, after driving it today, it does seem to be much better. So lots more coming on that truck here in the near future. For today, I know this was kind of a short one, but I just wanted to give you an update on the new tow rig and how it was doing. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys, and like I said, I've got a bunch of new videos coming out here in the next week or two, so make sure you're subscribed and turn on the bell icon or notifications, whatever that bullshit is, to make sure you notify when I upload a video, because like I said, I got some pretty cool ones coming out in the next couple of days, and along with those is a couple of race truck ones. So yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna wrap this video up. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.